Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Winter Showdown 2023, or Season 44, I believe, if you're one of the old-fashioned guys who likes to count it that way. We got Week 1 coming up between tf2easy and HADOWWIZARDMONEYGAng. That's a pretty long name to be remembering every time. We're going to call them Wizards, DuMmTm. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, it is the artists formerly known as the Wizards Guild,
Yeah.
to say the least, so it would only be fitting that the Wizards have now gotten into crypto, I guess, is what's happening here.
And we are going to be seeing Gullywash and Product tonight, so it's basically as if it was any other division. I think that's Week 1 for everyone except Prem and Div 1.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Nice, it's all worked out nicely. We've got the pick bans in, so tf2easy banned Snake, and the Wizards banned Process, and then the Wizards pick Gully, and tf2easy pick Product. So, Dum, what do you think about this matchup? Do you think there's any way the Wizards can take it?
I mean, it's going to be an uphill battle for sure, right? tf2easy was the team projected to get second last season. Obviously had a bit of a choke, so there's still a small question mark about the performance with or without the player changes they have the season in mind, I guess. Either way, right? Obviously underperformed a tiny bit last season, and certainly weren't happy about it, I would imagine, as well. So they have a tiny bit to prove this time around, and you can't have a rough start here once again, right? That would be a very bad look after how last season finished. On the flip side, on the other side, I'm sure Mac and Gang don't have a whole lot to lose today. They have everything to gain if they can somehow pull it off. It's not going to be easy. Pick bans might help with these sort of situations. Gullywash can be a bit of a contentious pick towards the top end of the Premiership division in recent history, so maybe that'll help them there, but Product is going to be a very tough one. This is a map that our top two teams in Europe, tf2easy and Witness Gaming, are both very, very strong on, so even if there might be an upset, it's going to be very hard to imagine it's going to be all 6 points, because if you remember the last time we've seen tf2easy be upset in the regular season, it was on the 5CP map that was Process at the time, and then they still managed to free or roll Product like nothing ever happened before then.
Yeah, and they even managed to take the Product win on LAN, of course, in that crazy final. So Product's going to be a difficult one for the Wizards, but I'm going to go out and just say that I think both of these maps are going to be difficult for them. I mean, despite the changes in tf2easy, you change rosters, it's always going to be a bit more tricky towards the start of the season, but I definitely think the experience of that team definitely still has them up for the second place spot this season. And the Wizards, I think less so. They are probably on the lower to mid end of the table. So I don't think there's that it's a guaranteed win for tf2easy. And I definitely love to be proved wrong and see the Wizards show something tonight. But it's definitely, as you said, going to be an uphill battle. It will be a tricky one to see if Mac and Co can actually get any points here.
Yeah, I mean, very talented individuals either way, so we'll see how this will work out for them. On the flip side, right, sure, they changed roster, but it's only 2 changes and 2 quality ones at that, with the downfall of the League of Shadows. June joined over on tf2easy. It was a whole run of medics changing rosters left and right in Premiership. Everyone's gone different directions, but everyone settled somewhere. June now on tf2easy, and Nikki joining them as well over Gazi. Automatically replaced Auto, of course, as well. So big shoes to fill, I suppose, in some ways, but also very good players to do it. Going to be interesting to see how they fit into the whole machine here as well. We have probably a lot of different expectations for everyone here. What tf2easy gameplay looks like, I'm thinking of the slow, methodical machine that grinds you to death slowly but surely. So I'm sure that will be exactly what they're capable of today, and just, take a minute to get started, and then the second they got the down not complete, it's just going to be a quick finish at that point.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Nikki fits in, because there was definitely a certain level of dependability with Gazi, whereas Nikki's more of kind of a just chaotic DM machine. But I think he's played with a lot of these players before, with Josh and Morale, so I think it won't be too difficult for them to bring him back up to speed and slot him into the team in Gazi's place. And as for June for Auto, I think it's pretty decent trade. Obviously, tf2easy, I'm sure, would have loved to keep as much of their roster together as possible, but with Mular leaving and also getting the opportunity to go to the #1 team in Europe, it's difficult to turn down that offer for sure.
Yeah, I mean, hey, the call happened. Sometimes you just gotta take it, you know? Can't really blame a man for trying to move up in the world a little bit here. Just gotta make it work and, you know, not be the one dragging them down. I'm sure that will be going just fine. Over there, we'll see, I suppose, next week. They're also playing tonight. That is the one game we're not watching on TFTV tonight. If you are here live and aren't aware, there's also a second game on Team Fortress TV 1. That's just Team Fortress TV on Twitch for you, with CSG against New Panther. So 2 good matches tonight on stream for y'all. Should be good watches here, one way or another.
There's another layer to peel back here, in that Nikki was, of course, on the Feint roster that so many of these Mac players were on back when it was basically Feint versus this tf2easy team, back when they were Nerd Rage as the top 2 teams in Europe. So there's been a kind of spy betrayal there. I never really was on your side, etc., etc. Maybe Nikki knows some of the Mac strat book that's going to get used tonight.
Oh, they had to chew for them at Arcadia as well on the side of tf2easy, so I'm sure while the roster changes from that roster to this one matter in that regard, certainly a lot of that same playbook is still here. The chaos strat they like to do at LAN might be a little bit toned down in an online environment maybe, but at the same time, there's probably a lot of that still intact right now, so they gotta be prepared for just chaos to get started at some point.
Yeah, they're definitely LAN players. It's like the opposite of onliners. Yeah. Mac needs to be able to scream in real life to actually be worth anything on the server.
Yeah, that certainly helps. Let's see if they can at least have some of that energy going between the 6 of them yelling at each other to get into the swing of things tonight. Like we said, it's going to be the difficult one. tf2easy, certainly a team we both expect to see win, but the how, I think, is certainly what matters here for us as much as for them. They want to have a great start to the season. They want to come out swinging and, you know, just prove right away this is not last season. We're not having the hiccups again. We are just a consistent team and the threat to the top that everyone expects us to be nonetheless.
I think if Leth was on scout for HADOWWIZARDMONEYGANG, this would be a completely different story. I think they have no chance of Vanu. Leth, though, he's probably one of the best scouts of all time.
Honestly, watching that LAN was a very interesting experience. He had a really, really interesting POV to watch as well. It was a lot of fun. Let alone the yelling that happened in that corner of the LAN hall between the 2 teams that were sitting there. That was like peak decibels amount of anywhere in the venue. Between then and Choking Hazard, I think it was.
Yes.
Whatever the team name was on LAN as well. Just the loudest corner on Earth. Let's see if they can have that energy going for them here today. They will need it with tf2easy up against HADOWWIZARDMONEYGANG for our week 1 official of this season. It's gonna be a good one.
Yep, both teams on their way to mid. Mac and Nasboy both getting into choke roughly the same time, and it looks like a very fast bomb onto the middle of the point from Opti. Geordie opting to go on the low ground, and there is a bomb up behind the choke from Nubby. He's straight up onto Patch immediately. First 2 rockets take him down straight away, and this is just Wizards getting demolished over this mid. June just needs to stay alive. It's a scout v scout fight at the end of this, but one team does have a medic. June just needs to place the distance between her and the scouts, and that'll be easy pickings for the first mid. Easy for tf2easy.
And for my magic trick, I will now disappear from this mid-fight, and gone they were in an instant, and with that, the Uber spawn on last, and that does not bode well for any chances in this round right now. tf2easy with a prime opportunity to play a quick one. Still a bit of commotion at second, no one's really committing just yet. They're showing the face here, making them worry at least about one bomb coming through, but a bit more than concern. It won't really be. The sniper spotted early as well. Opti, not one you expect to see on sniper, and not one you will see much longer on the class either. Down already, and 1 player down, 50% and class. This is looking like the easiest push of their life.
And Max died already before the push even happens. Nubby just gets through River. Max was all on his own down there, and now they're already playing the point. They've just capped this last up instantly without even having to kill anyone other than Mac. That was a very easy and quick round. I was so surprised. It nearly could have all turned on second there. Opti got spotted out on sniper very, very early, but tf2easy didn't actually do anything about it, and June even showed herself to the sniper for so long, but Opti not able to hit that shot, and tf2easy converts it. This time a fast bomb onto Mac from Nubby. Mac is just completely out of this fight already. Josh now landing an enemy elbow. He's going to pick up a kill onto Af, and Mac's going to get run over in the choke as well. The Wizards just have to get out of here.
A great start for them here. Obviously, first round going to them already, and then the next bit fight too. At least they can cut the losses a little bit right now, but you're still 2 down on second. You're going to have to make a choice here. Are you staying in, or are you fighting this in some capacity? Looks like the fight is taken all the way to choke. Vano on one side, Soldier on the other. Only one of them successful to some extent, and even that's not maybe enough. Demo went down, and everyone on TF2 manages to dance around the rest of the damage. Somehow gets all the way back out. Surprised it didn't escalate any further than that, but the HADOWWIZARDMONEYGANG being players down, waiting for the spawns. Probably very happy it didn't go any further than this until these Ubers are coming back into the fight now.
Wow, going off of a 5% advantage there with tf2easy, and look how much better Patch's Uber is, but they do manage to get the morale kill already. They're already running this into mid deep as well. Can they get any other frags? Mac is going to be going down. This double soldier duo of Nubby and Josh is just causing havoc for them, and now it is a 4v4 fight. Jordy trying to bomb forwards, but he gets counter jump from Josh from the floor. Opti waiting for a bow. Now he's time to strike. He lands onto June, pops her up in the air, but she just manages to strafe out of the way and keep herself alive. So tf2easy coming out on top after that trade that could have really blown up in their faces for them. They were using such a tiny little advantage.
And they lost the first half too. They immediately went one down, but then, you know, like I said, the slow machine once again finds its victim just waiting on mid instead, and the second they want to make a push forward in with the momentum they might have thought they had, immediately the trap snaps and down they go alongside the HADOWWIZARDMONEYGANG back onto last. Small ad once again, but a lot bigger than last time, I guess, in some ways here, so gotta take your chance while you can. Straight into last, straight up to the combo here. Try to get going whatever damage you can on the right side, while Point is being bullied by Nubby a little bit here, and the damage is looking great between the two sides of this fight, and no one can escape this little pincer maneuver they have on the right side there, while the flank on Point is just cleaning up the rest.
They used in when Patch was on like 86 or something, and they still didn't manage to get the Uber in time for it to be relevant in the fight. They dropped Mac from it, and there's some deaths on Point from the soldiers as well before the Uber even came out for the Wizards. So unfortunate they're unable to get the Uber in time. Onto this third mid. Nikki this time going to be the one aggressing up enemy side early and is going to get punished for it, instantly taken down. The rest of TF2easy are all on the floor, none of them able to make any room at all. Josh is going to get picked off. Nubby is just a scrap of health in elbow, going to get cleaned up by Af as well. So this looks to be an easy mid fight for the Wizards. They're even going to clean up the other two combat players, but June is already way out to last.
Alright, well, it's something. It's a start, right? Maybe just a sign of things to come, who knows? Shouldn't count your blessings too early just yet. Still have to actually finish up the last push right now. Have a player under helps a lot. Jordy takes a bit beating already. There's no Uber for him to get saved already. Beaver Medic has to get off in the point, has to somehow make something out of the position that was trying to be point time. Instead, just turned into a very haphazard bomb, trying to hopefully maybe get the medic, but it will not be. Vano is a long way out as well. They might just about escape, but it doesn't make things any better. 2 down on second. They're forced to take a fight here, because tf2easy is not letting them get out easy at all, taking this force here, and it's much later, but at least on Patchouli, that might help, but he's also really, really weak, and they will prey on that weakness, or will they at all? Big pipes, Mac gets one, the scouts clean up as well. tf2easy thought they had an easy repush here, but they're just getting minced.
Yeah, the use there so early from tf2easy was just awful, but they are managing to get the refrags in lobby to stave off this aggression, but there's already Opti on last. He's got the pain train on, and he's going to be capping off the round, but that trade on second is where it all fell apart. Obviously, Wizards just weren't compelled to use for so long. tf2easy ages away from the medic when they decide to use off their Uber, and by the time the trade is over, all the respawns are there for the Wizards, and tf2easy are just left un-Ubered, facing down a still Ubered Wizards with all 6 players alive. So they do finally get a round on the board here for the team on red. Jordy putting a lot of damage into June early, but she does make it up to her side nonetheless.
Alright, Jordy gets awkwardly shot in the air by the other soldier under, but the soldiers are still there. I mean, one side tapped Josh on the other, trying to make a pincer maneuver, get some good damage, and delays the exit just enough for both scouts to run in on that and clean up house. Big stuff But Nick and Morale, the second Josh and Navi delivered the damage for them. That's exactly what you want to see on any given mid-fight. Just had to take a second to get Soldiers in position, and once again, it's a good piece of work to get done here early, because now, once more, they will just go straight into last with this one. Completely just spawns. No chance of getting an Uber. They were close last time, but they won't get that chance this time around at all.
Yep, a completely massive Uber charge advantage for tf2easy. Jordy and Opti already both spotted out. Nubby's actually trying to chase Jordy down as fast as he can, but doesn't get anything from that. And here it comes out through the balcony they haven't used for a while, and they do pop it off now for tf2easy. All the sticks are cleared. Morale is just charging into Mac behind the point. Mac is going to be going down, and now they have point time to play, and there's Opti and Af both trying to block this one. Nikki and Juna stuck in the prison of water, but they are just going to get let out. Unheld exit lets them escape to second, and there's a big advantage for Patchouli now.
Alright, well, you gotta take it, right? I mean, it's not that late into the game, but certainly tf2easy is making things difficult already. They can't really let them get off easy once they got an opportunity themselves, so move in a second right away, see what you can do. Everyone's still sitting back with the Navi sniper to boot as well, just to make this a little bit more threatening whenever they can. Josh bomb in as well. There's no backup. Mac got choked under lockdown. That will be good enough to take this point. Still have a bit of advantage to spare as well, but you gotta be quick, or this is just gonna be curtains real fast.
Yep, Nubby still on sniper as well, forcing that pop to be early if they do use it. And look at how far back they are. If there's a catch Uber attempted from Wizards, they wouldn't be getting anything, so they just let it stay even. The Uber is up for June, and now they're just going to try and work this sniper pick in Big Door.
Alright, well, I mean, early sniper for the stalemate sometimes can be nice. In this case, already prepared for things to slow down. Nubby is the player we've seen on sniper a couple of times for sure. Here and there, he's shown his face on the class as well, so let's see if he can live up to that standard his team has with sniper gameplay for now. Good pressure already, hits a headshot, might just be a quick scope 150, does not leave on anyone, but the medic tries to get in there, gets juggled very awkwardly, will not succeed. I wonder what they're gonna do the next time around. Things just haven't been the same in these dynamites since he's been taken away the meme spoon.
Yep, there's not much in terms of pressure from Wizards in return here. They just had a little peek in from both doors, but saw no opportunities, and Nubby back up on Roma instead of the sniper this time.
I mean, hey, good old-fashioned standard classes certainly can do the job if you just get the one opportunity to get your bomb in, and it's really all you have to pray on sometimes. It's so much easier on this map than in many others to get behind, but so hard still to actually get value once you're there, and once again, Nubby just makes that entrance look so easy. But what now that you're here? Deny them a little bit from behind, I guess, but that's a very well-known quantity.
Really countering this already. He's up in river waiting for them to kind of get baited into this trap by Vanu, but they're not moving out of lobby. They're happy to just spam from here. Look at how much space they've gained just spamming from the shutter and pushing Big Door at the same time. There's a cap onto mid. Everyone's wrapped each other right now. Vanu's trying to come in and block the second point, but it's just not for long enough, and now everyone, there's 4 players on mid for the Wizards. This can just get rushed to last, and it's instantly going to be a round. They really miscalculated that, and the Uber in the doorway as well, simply to body block them from getting to last. That is not going to work. The second cap's faster than the mid, as much as it might be a rumor that they cap at the same speed. That second is slightly faster.
I just had a discussion about this yesterday. It's like 16 to 19 seconds sometimes too. It's very close. It's the closest we have of any 2 points in the game like this. But at the end of the day, if you start second first, you will still win every time. That much is for sure. Barely a scout blocking at all. Will not matter. His big bombs coming out already. They're not messing around at all. They're up and they want to win this quick as well. They want to drag this to the 5 scoreline. Get this to the round limit, and by the looks of it, they're having everything under wraps. Nasboy still takes unfortunate L, but who cares? Nubby and Josh brought the damage early, and they want to end this map as soon as they can.
Yep, and this round should be curtains as well. tf2easy's last pushes have been looking very good, even with tiny little advantages, and this time they've got a whopping 90 on the board. Opting to put up a teleporter entrance instead of leveling the sentry gun. It's interesting.
I mean,
I suppose it's you don't actually lose much time from it at all, given that it's your first time out of spawn. You have the extra 50 metal left.
Oh yeah, gotta do what you can, you know. Anything might count. What if they want to shoot that thing for a little bit too long? For now, they're not gonna go the right side close to that at all. They're gonna go from the left here onto Riverside. straight flash for the scout under the point. Who's Navi on the way there? That still leaves Mac really weak, and they just decide, okay, well, messed up a little bit, try to get the flash under, clean up the rest. Oh, it's not quite hitting fast enough. June's the one cleaning up, though.
And she's going to be capping as well after those 2 kills weren't enough. And she's just trying to get any cap time on the point. It's not possible, but it does distract Av long enough that Vanu's going to get taken down, and now all the combat players coming towards point. Patchouli trying to have his own moment, but unable to replicate the success. That's another tf2easy round. It was looking much better for the Wizards there on last, just for a little bit. They put a lot more focus onto water, because those last 2 rounds that they lost was pretty much from solo players, just rushing people down in water, but there was a lot better of a defense there this time, but I suppose June is still too strong down there.
Just gotta realize what the damage is, I guess. And best of 9, 1 more round will do for tf2easy on map 1. The bombs are coming out fierce from the red team this time around. Jordi in close, Opti as well, but neither of them succeed. Vanu trying to make up for lost time on the soldiers, and will be enough in the end with Mac spamming of all people. Having to clean up from across the point does not get him into a better position, unfortunately, but it will clean up the medic at least. Not a mid-win by any stretch of the imagination, but maybe it still can go places.
Yeah, Patch has survived, but on the wrong side of mid, these forwards are going to come up behind him any second now. They're actually rolling out through Big Door, and it doesn't matter at all. The 2v1 onto Af. The 2 scouts are too strong, even with that 185 buff, and they take Af down and the medic, so this should be a pretty big advantage for June after Patchouli spawns. They got the long spawn as well. That is rough.
Yeah, it's just going to make things even worse, and they're not looking good to begin with right now. June coming up to Reaper very shortly, while Patch will be very far behind, building up a last hold as much as they can, but that hasn't had plenty of time before today. Maybe the sniper helps things, actually? I don't know. Navi still feels someone to look out for, so can't take one soldier out of the equation for granted. Is something that you really have in your favor right now. You step out of position once on this last push, you get forced to point early, and he's just going to be sitting there with 150 at worst.
Jordi gets baited by that sniper, and he does get taken down. Now the gun's falling as well. They're rushing across onto Mac again, who is alone because Jordi has died so early in the fight, but they're unable to find him this time. Does get taken down by Nikki eventually, and everyone's already been baited to the point. tf2easy should be able to take this one. Vanu doing everything they can on the Pyro, but that's going to be it. 5-1 is the score. tf2easy taking the first map in 14 minutes.
That is record time for a game where the other team actually still scored around in the end, I suppose, as well. Another one to the history books of
Nikki
games
has
where I'm
5
glad
doms.
that we don't have 6-1s. That is tough against his former teammates.
Damn. Nikki was definitely putting in work there.
Well, sometimes you replace player and it just works out for you, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, if he can keep that going in product...
Oh no, yeah, that's terrifying.
It's going to be crazy.
That is one thing to worry about, and I already have a lot of things to worry about after this game one. Not a good look to start off with as well, but at the same time, right? tf2easy had some rough starts the few seasons, and they did well in those seasons every time by the end of it, but they always started them very rough around the edges. Even when they got second, third, even made playoffs for sure every single time. The first few weeks, but they're always a bit awkward, and this is not one of those times, and that's a very strong sign for things to come, I think.
Yeah, I think... despite their roster changes and this being like a very strong season of Prem for, I'd say there's like 3 teams that are pretty even for the last 2 playoff spots. I think first and second are still pretty clear Witness and tf2easy slots, and I think tf2easy have proved that despite the changes, they are still looking pretty good. I mean, they didn't have to put up much of a fight to take down HADOWWIZARDMONEYGANG here, at least on the first map, and we're expecting the second map to be even easier, I suppose, with product being much better for them than their 5CP usually, as you said.
Yeah, of course, a map they picked, but more than that, a map we have seen them succeed in many of times before, like you said, even against Witness Gaming, the best team we have, for that matter, and if they can beat those guys, then what chance this Mac hold, I suppose. Not going to be easy. If they can manage to scrap around of this one, I would be severely impressed.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Yeehaw and Morale, I think the scout gap is pretty big between these teams. Vanu and Af, they're obviously nothing to sniff at, but Yeehaw has been hailed as one of the like craziest DM scouts for quite a while, and obviously we know all about Morale. Like, he's been the king of product for quite a while, whether he's sniping or scouting.
Yeah, he's been the consistency monster this entire time here, just holding the whole thing together, and it's been going well so far, so they're doing something right. Product gonna be interesting. I would be surprised if we see a whole lot of sniping. Then again, I guess we've seen Nobby snipe a lot just now. I don't know if it's in the cards for their playstyle this season at all. Maybe early on in the season it's still time to experiment with this sort of stuff as well. Maybe not an official though, I don't know. They are the kind of gamers to bring out weird stuff, of course, but I don't think that they're kind of team to risk it all in an official like that.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessary for them. I mean, maybe if they were struggling against a team where they feel like they needed a change, then putting Nubby on Sniper would absolutely be something that they could consider. Obviously, they have 2 very good scouts already, but I think they're gonna be fine just taking the default route of vanilla classes versus this team. And I mean, Nubby is great on Roma on this map. Nevertheless, like, he was putting up an MVP-worthy performance at LAN on this map, and if he can replicate that, then it's going to be absolutely free for tf2easy.
Yeah, Sword on this map a lot of the time, a thankless job maybe, but if you go on it, you can really make an outstanding performance. So it's worth putting in the effort sometimes and not just resorting to the quote-unquote easy way out. Not like Sniper is necessarily easy either, but it certainly will change dynamics. And that's oftentimes how it goes in Premiership as well, right? There's always like the one team with Sniper that forces everyone to relearn how to do things against the sniper, and then, you know, it's at the top level of Prem, everyone can deal with it again, and then the team of the sniper loses, and then everyone forgets again because they don't have to deal anymore because the other team stopped. The cycle never stops, so that happens in every other division for that matter as well. It's just how things go. Once you force people's hands, it's going to be awkward here. Maybe HADOWWIZARDMONEYGANG will surprise us. I don't know. We've seen Opti sniped at one time, but that man's so good on Soldier as well, that would be a bit of a waste.
Yeah, Opti's, like, remembering back now that they have Opti on this map, I've seen many a huge Opti play on product, but I don't know if it's enough to match up to the Nubby factor, and whether the rest of the team will be able to also pull their weight in a world where Opti does start popping off and pulling off huge plays. I've just put all my channel points on tf2easy to try and win ALK's measly 100 that he put on tf2easy.
Okay, but there's one historic thing to remember here. Mag's last Prem game he had was on this map, and he lost to the Israelis.
Oh, yeah.
I believe it was. That was the historic L of all time. And not accounting for
lose to Foreskins and fold in week 3 kind
so,
of vibe.
You know, I mean, might just be, you know, a tiny little thing in his memory there that he's trying to suppress right now, that tf2easy is trying to abuse as much as they can.
Well, here we go, live once again. Obviously, if you've just joined us, tf2easy took the first map pretty easily in a 5-1 affair on Gully. Geordie in with the first bomb, landing onto Nasboy. Does a lot of damage, and Opti's going to be able to follow up on that, but they should be losing 2 soldiers for 1 demo here, and Patch has actually gone down to the Nubby and Josh bomb as well, so everyone's just going to be trying to throw their lives away to get onto June here. Max, the only one left alive, and he is down. Nubby's even going to be spawn camping a bit cheekily, get some spam damage onto Patch, but that's not going to be worth anything. The forward hold looks to be coming out from tf2easy here. Actually, maybe not. They've just put a couple of players forward. They're kind of semi-committing to this. It's a very weird kind of miscommunicated play, and they've managed to catch Josh out because of it. So they have a pick coming into this one, the Wizards, but June with full Uber is the thing they need to worry about, and here comes the sack wave. They get that force out very easily.
People not quite listening to the Major's calls on forward hold. There's a military drill needed to get them back into shape. For now, it's getting them punished pretty bad. It's a force very early, without having to worry about getting a respawn all too much. They can pretty much take a leisurely stroll back to the point. Have to wait for some spawners, but time is of the essence on King of the Hill. Got to move up the point quick. In the meantime, the blue flank very active, trying to make a move of themselves, but shut down pretty early. Once again, the soldiers going down a little bit, not quite in the rhythm of things quite yet. Really about to get Evo as well, and you just got to bluff a tiny bit here. Really make them boring. They're going to defend you medic on your own. Shoot at 6 health, will fall back and just about escape Nubby's wrath. And that might just be good enough to finally take the point, not without a bit of an attempt to get some more. And they're getting a lot forward as well. This was little more than an attempt on Devilman, and they're getting, what, 3 more kills out of it?
Yeah, and think about how different that could have been. Patch, very lucky to survive there. Wizards were not prepared for it at all, but the Rockets just aren't quite good enough from Nubby, leaving Patch on 5 HP. If he gets that kill before the Uber's up, this round is probably just going to get flawless by tf2easy, but that's not the world we live in. We live in the world where it's now even Ubers. Morale already trying to bake the point and does get that Uber out a lot earlier from the Wizards. Now has the better trade, but unable to find anyone to force a flash on, and now they can just play a default fight. There's a lot of cap time already. Nubby and Josh both bombing in, doing a decent amount of damage. They are going to trade kills here, and Opti with the counter bomb will get taken down, and June manages to survive again. These medics just surviving on such little health.
How does she do it? That's going to be such a huge value surviving there as well. Suddenly it's big Uber in, well, not their favor really, but even Uber on point, I guess. It really just makes this look all the better for them right now, as if this was an advantage. It's going to be such a harder fight now for ShadowWizardMoneyGang to get back onto point. We'll have to somehow manage to exchange through this favorably, or maybe take an early fight, but it looks like already some people near point, but no one's committing all too deeply just yet, and Uvadu tried to sneak in on the cap as well and will not get back out either. That will waste some time. Now they have Ubers, but now they don't have 6.
Yeah, Opti was waiting for a bow, but just got scratched down by the scatterguns. And now tf2easy are trying to take this fight forwards. They see that Mac is isolated, and Patch actually opts to use to save him, and everyone just flees from tf2easy. They get so much distance and so much better of an Uber situation. They lose 3 for it though now. Maybe now it's not so worth it. They do have to get all the way out back to spawn, and ShadowWizardMoneyGang able to set up this forward hold. That was looking like such a good play if they had just called it a little bit earlier to take an Uber, or maybe lose a few less people in deep. But nonetheless, the Uber is still up for tf2easy. They're just going to use it straight away. Nas bombing in deep onto Patch, and he's going to get caught by Josh as well. There's a soldier in behind, but Geordie will get cleaned up. So a very decent Uber for tf2easy, and they're looking to recap the points straight away.
Yeah, I really like just no hesitant using in there as well. They know people are close. You just gotta get in and call the focus quick to see what a medic might be hiding, or any good kills for that matter. Anything that's just a massive place you can easily shoot down at once will be worth it. Going for a Uber there will work out quite nicely. Get onto point already, and a bit of hold, but making things even worse on the way back out of spawn as well. Opti's bomb will find its mark though, but they're still down 3 and back in an awkward position. Barely survives that. Still not out of the woods yet. Will get caught in the end, and like I said, there's no slowing them down. Once they have you in the sight, they're gonna keep on rolling all the way forward. Almost get to the medic, but Julie has a body blocking scout there. But anyone dying this late into the game is just gonna be time wasted later down the line, and they don't have a whole lot of that to spare anymore. They're gonna get to point quick.
Yeah, you could really see in that previous fight. Oh, never mind, they're already straight back into it. Nubby in with a fast bomb, gonna try and land on Opti there, but does get taken down out of the air. The bombs are in from ShadowWizardMoneyGang now. June is so low. Just managing to survive, but Opti will be finishing her off, and they've got the point as well. Morale getting chased down.
The fall damage after the air shot actually got a bonus kill for the soldier there. Good stuff by the red team. Somehow claw this into overtime. They still have a bit of a mountain to climb, but really has to be able to do it. That's gonna help tremendously to cover some distance off this timer right now, but it's still gonna be quite a piece of work. tf2easy just needs to win one fight right now with better spawns in tower as well. That sounds so much easier. Might still be a bit of work here to have to get past this Uber, but once they got that out of the way, it should be a clear shot at victory.
Yep, and now the Uber is in. Mac trying to take it in deep. Might find Nasboy here, but the med is already out. The one person they need to find in this Uber. Nubby, does go in for a counter bomb, trying to catch Patch on the end of it, but unsuccessful. And now Morale and June are actually in. They could have been punished there, but they do make their way out once again. 30 seconds left on the clock. There's a small advantage for tf2easy here, but the Uber's not quite up yet. Will ShadowWizardMoneyGang be able to get a hold going that can kind of negate this Uber charge advantage? Geordie's in, trying to make something work, doing a lot of damage, but splitting it between the players. No one's going to lose their lives on tf2easy, and the Uber is up now. They have to defend a 5v6 here, ShadowWizardMoneyGang.
Here goes nothing. The Uber comes in and they know what to do. Gotta just get some players back on point, force people to have to contest them early. Mac, they're going down early. It's gonna make them like so much damage. Gauss trying to focus down, counter Devilman. Will not work out. That's where he just takes them out all by himself. And that's gonna round this out. They played this with all the patience they had the Uber, they knew what to do, and just had to execute of the simple game plan to get Uber exactly onto point where they needed
to do with an Ubercharger advantage 6v6. Never mind in a 6v5, they were just able to take that straight across point. Even Vanu sneaking behind the Uber got a lot of shots on to Nasboy, but the Uber was just too long, and the flash pretty much sealed the deal. Now into the second mid fight, and the Wizards are in so deep. They've just run all the way across the point. Vanu is still in enemy territory, gonna take this 1v1 with Morale and actually wins it out. Nubby now bombing onto the point all alone. The two scouts will clean him up, and this is a mid-fight win for the Wizards.
Well, unlike last game, this map truly is the top fragging maggot for now. A lot more game to come here. We'll see if someone gets a funny one maybe. For now, it's
oh my
not
God,
so
how
much
is
fun
Nasboy
being
allowed to
ahead
do
on
that?
tf2easy. Somehow they're getting stuck a little bit over there at cliffside, but hey, Nasboy can fight off scouts like normal business. We've seen it at the end of last round.
Just like feeding alone on cliff and just 1v2s two scouts. Like, okay, fair enough.
Suffering from
that's allowed
success.
to happen. Yeah, I guess so. That actually gets them back into the game as well. They just managed to convert the midpoint off of that, and now it's even Ubers. Shadow Wizards are going to have to waste some time trading to even have a chance to do something here. Nubby and Nikki running down on the flank, trying to cause some havoc. The trade is off for the combos in the meantime. Jordy going to use this Uber to try and jump behind, but he's not able to find anything, and Nasboy just bullies him. He's going to get taken down once again. Nubby all the way in the back on spawn, manages to find Mac trying to retreat.
Oh, that is so unfortunate. Almost got out when it shall not be. I mean, we've seen Nubby before try to get it to spawn, and in general, I feel like teams are a lot more happy to go all the way to spawn to chase kills these days as they have been a few years ago. Really? A lot more of that these days, even with just full teams sometimes as well. Witness and tf2easy especially leading the charge on that idea to just not let any inch of the map be taken for granted. Just because you're around the corner, you are not safe in your spawn area. Can't take anything too easily here just now. Little forward hold once again. A fire out early forward as well, and the Mac off the group, but he gets body blocked and dumpstered by Josh.
Nubby is managing to try and sneak in behind as well. Again, Opti's gonna just get spammed down by Josh, and somehow this forward hold that seemed to have so many holes in it just comes out on top of tf2easy anyway, but this time they know the demo is not here yet. They're just able to rush in through Cliff, but the Uber is out. It's a bit better for Patch, but they've already lost Vanu in the trade. The Wizards now trying to make their way towards point, but they're still just kind of caught up on this Cliff. Morale's in behind. That would be the player they should focus if they're able to, but he's just managing to do so much work. Eventually gets taken down, but this lets the soldiers in from the front. Josh is going to get taken down too, and eventually Shadow Wizard Money Gang get control of the situation. Nubby, though, in with a bomb, does get so much damage on Patchouli, and the follow-up from Nasboy will finish off. Just that last sticky will get themselves a big advantage for tf2easy to repush here.
And that's the kind of quality you need to see at a level of, like this, right? In the orders. Maybe you see someone even getting that bomb that Nubby did, but there would not be a second player getting any damage as well, and that just makes the difference. Everyone realizes quickly they need a plan B. They were right on it as well, and suddenly it's like they never lost point control. They're going straight back in here with the U-Bat, but what does this matter when there's a sniper waiting for you?
Yep, the Geordie play doesn't work out, but the Vanu play does. Sniping seems to be working, and June is just caught in pocket here. She can't cross at all. She can't heal anyone because they're all on the left side of point, but it seems to be just fine. Nikki's not getting spammed enough for it to even matter. The point is just free for the capping from tf2easy, and they still have this Uber advantage. Opti's going to get taken down here. Josh still in on the backline. Is going to get traded out by Geordie eventually, but Morale and Nikki just run him over, and Nubby with the counter snipe will eventually win that 1v1 versus Vanu. So tf2easy, bit by bit, just completely regain control of the map there.
Opti is very lucky that his death just now was on stream. That was very sad. He tried to bait the soldier out for the pack and just completely lost trying to walk towards it. I mean, good luck from here, I guess. It's still an uphill battle there, but so far down on time. Evo comes out early, but so long before they actually force the opposite Uber, and blue team can now all the way run in and return, chase down some kills, get the medic as well, and they have to go to point. There is no other second chance about it.
And there we go, the clean headshot from Nubby to finish off the second round. A lot less close than last time, only a minute being gained for the Wizards, despite them winning out that mid-fight at the start. Just the 1v2 from Nasboy pretty much completely negated that. And tf2easy pretty much didn't slow down from there. They were just in control all throughout that round.
Yeah, good stuff by tf2easy all the way through. Match point it is. They got 3 points on the leaderboards already. 3 more to get if they win this second map of the night. So far looking like no stopping them. However, they're stopping themselves a little bit here. Why go all in when you can just sit back, relax, and snipe a little bit?
Yep, Jordy tries going deep, but just gets taken down. Vanu trying to follow up on that one as well, just gets chipped down, and now there's a bit more action coming in from the Wizards as they do bomb forwards, force Nasboy back. They've managed to find the frag onto June as well. That's Max Iron Bomber finding that one, and they are going to be able to clean up Nasboy with the bow from Patchouli. Only Morale left, causing a threat here. Nubby on the sniper, but he's just going to be backing up, and again it's a mid-fight win for the Wizards, and this time they have an uber advantage to go along with it, so maybe the sniper wasn't the best call for tf2easy.
Yeah, I was wondering if they're the kind of team to experiment in official. I guess 2-0 up, it's a lot safer to do these sort of things. That said, still has some room to improve right now. It's early on in the round. Who's to say this won't work later down the line? There we go. You just gotta speak it into existence. And lucky for Navi, there it is immediately forced off the Uber as well. They're stuck in a bit of a corner there. We'll have to use, and they're not getting a whole lot forward. Get one scout, and even then on the other side, the action is just completely covered by the Navi sniper.
Yeah, using the whole Uber to trade Nikki for Opti is not the best. They just focused on the completely wrong side with that Uber, and all of tf2easy were able to leave, but June is all alone right now, not able to get chased down by Vanu, and Jordy just manages to sneak around the corner and keep alive there, and keep the Uber in her pocket as well. So tf2easy get control of the point. The Wizards have already done better in this round than they have in the last one. They've got 1 minute and 9 off the clock. So maybe if they are going to have a chance to win this game, it'll be in this round, but Vanu's trying to play spy and just gets spammed to death by Josh.
Navi tried to be so cute there, sniping the tiniest angle into spawn. Wasn't even a good one, but he tried anyway. Did not find anything just yet, but you know, you can't stop the man trying to go into the spawn area. He wants the kills as soon as they spawn, basically. They're not giving him quite that much of a chance, but they're not getting much further. Jordy very much denied off the cross, but the rest of the team, though, will at least find the mark, get to the medic, get the spawns out nice and early. Do lose on the timer here a little bit right now, but that's fine as long as the Ubers are there to bring this back.
Mac got just a great bomb there, literally landed so he was touching June's back, and then just 2 pipes connected. If June hadn't popped immediately, it would have been a drop. So good job from Mac to get that force out, and now they have this massive Ubercharge advantage to deal with. Hopefully they can find more than just one scout in it this time, and they do pop it out, heading towards the combo. Mac landing above June, Af following this up, and they do find the medic that's so crucial in this fight, and now the scouts just trying to take a 2v2 battle in this corner, and both the tf2easy scouts will escape unscathed. So unfortunately they don't manage to actually win out the fight. They do manage to get the medic so they can kind of get a redo at that push at some time in the future, but still no cap means no profit really.
Yeah, they chose to not cap the points. Well, they probably could have stayed there, but it would have delayed everybody's spawns, and you need those guys up as soon as possible for the ensuing fight. That will happen sooner or later anyway, so better cap a little late, give up some time, have the players ready. That said, I don't know, lose the soldiers right away, so maybe it wasn't worth waiting for spawns at all.
They lose a third as well. That's Af going down to Nubby, and immediately have to get back to spawn. This is another opportunity for tf2easy to forward hold should they choose to. It's another weird half committal, it seems like. They've still got June and Morale back on point, building up the rest of this Uber, so they just need to not lose anyone else far forwards, and this time they all managed to back up at just the right timing. Patch has the Uber, but it's not an ad anymore. They use it off, maybe expecting it to be, but the trade is out on point. Af has a bit better of an opportunity here, trying to spread the Uber, but Mac just gets dropped from it by the sniper of Nubby. He finds Jordy as well. Vanu going down to the trap of Nasboy. This just seems so clean for tf2easy. I don't know if there's a chance.
Yeah, for now they have a handle on things and they don't have to use for much longer either. Uber advantage is barely there. It might matter if HADOWWIZARDMONEYGANG gets the point, and that is really the crux of the issue right now. They get back on point, they get back in a good position, they do have to get the medical, otherwise the comeback potential is instantly there for tf2easy, getting an Uber just a second early as opposed to their opposition. Switch to Pyro for forward hold, but there is no forward hold, it's just a soldier waiting forward. That's going to be very awkward for the Pyro now. You got to somehow find some miracle rockets to reflect onto as many people as possible. But running on a point like this, I don't know if that's really going to have and send their soldiers deep, and they're just getting munched on the landing right away off the Jordi Van, all going down in one fellow swoop, and the rest of this can just be done with the Uber ad they had to wrap this up. The last few cruel seconds of overtime are ticking down, but tf2easy most certainly has won this match.
Patch takes the coward way out, doesn't even 1v6 on the point for the win. But yeah, as expected, all 6 points going to tf2easy tonight, so congratulations to them. A nice start to the season. You wouldn't expect to see anything else, and I'm sure they weren't expecting anything less from themselves. Even with the changes in the off-season, you've got to kind of hope that you win this one, and they did so pretty easily.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, right, they probably won't like to hear it and probably hate me for saying it all the time as well, but with some minor hiccups last season as well, there is still some question marks if you change the roster, if it's going to all work out in the end. For now, better start to the season than the last 2 in a row, so off to a good start here. Maybe this is the one where they can really give a witness hell for every map they play. Certainly, I would be down to see that, and certainly putting themselves ahead of the competition already. HADOWWIZARDMONEYGANG going home with 0 points. It's going to be a tough race to play off, that's for sure. Everyone's going to be cannibalizing each other's 4 points behind the expected top 2, I would imagine. So nothing for them yet will not make things any easier.
Yep. I mean, I don't have much more to talk about, Dom, so I suppose we could wrap this up quickly and send people over to TFTV1.
Yeah, we still have a bit of game going over there. Newpants and CSG are heading on to map number 2. They also have a Gullywash ahead of themselves still. I think they played Granary map 1, so stay tuned here on TFTV at any time on our Twitter, on our website, whatever the case, Teamfortress.tv. You can find us, and we'll catch you on the other side.